Well, hello, family, and welcome back to the Eve of Clan podcast. This is season 3, and I'm so excited to introduce you to a brand new series titled Why Forgiveness Matters. We've talked about forgiveness, we've talked about the barriers that make it difficult to forgive, but now we are stepping into the reason why forgiveness is so important, why it matters to your faith, to your peace, to your future, and to your emotional health. And today, in episode 1, we are starting with something very important: the weight you were never meant to carry. Let's be honest, unforgiveness is heavy. It doesn't sit on your skin, it sits on your soul. It shows up in your thoughts, your mood, your relationships, and even in your walk with God. Some of you listening right now have been carrying pain silently for years. Something happened, maybe betrayal, disappointment, rejection, abandonment, and even though life has moved on, the weight of that moment has not. Here's what I need you to know: you were never meant to carry that in the first place. Jesus said in Matthew 11:28, "Come to me, all you who are weary and heavy laden, and I will give you rest." That means he already knew life would make you heavy. He already knew people would break your heart. He already knew pain could set in. But he also made a way for you not to live under that weight forever. Unforgiveness keeps you carrying what God wants to lift. It keeps you replaying what God wants to heal. It keeps you tied to what God wants to free you from. And the sad part is, most people don't even realize how heavy they've become. You get used to the emotional burden until you start thinking it's normal. The tension in your heart, the tension in your chest, the anxiety around certain people, the way you avoid certain conversation, the resentment that rises unexpectedly, the anger that never fully settles. That's not your personality, that's weight. And the longer you hold on to unforgiveness, the more it grows. It becomes bitterness. Bitterness becomes hardness. Hardness becomes walls. And those walls end up keeping out not only the pain, but also the love, the peace, and the joy that God wants to bring into your life. Forgiveness is not just about letting someone else go, it's about letting yourself breathe again. It's about giving your heart permission to heal. It's about releasing the emotional and spiritual pressure that has been sitting on you for too and so long. God cares about your peace. He cares about your mind. He cares about your heart. He cares about your rest. And forgiveness is one of the ways it brings you back into that rest. So, as we start this new series, I want you to ask yourself a simple but honest question. What am I carrying that God never asked me to carry? Because the first step towards freedom is awareness. You can't surrender what you're not willing to admit is heavy. In this episode and throughout this entire series, we are going to walk through the reasons why you need to forgive, not just biblically, but emotionally and practically. Not for them, for you, because there is a version of you, lighter, freer, softer, stronger, waiting on the other side of forgiveness. And that is the version that God wants to heal, restore, and reveal. Thank you for listening to episode 1, The Weight You Were Never Meant to Carry. Season 3 has officially begun. Your freedom journey continues here. Until next time, family, don't forget to stay connected with us on Instagram at the_Eve and subscribe on YouTube at the_Eve as well. Until next time, family, I love you and there is nothing you can do about it. Bye bye.